Hey guys, welcome back to another chapter review for One Piece chapter 1161. And I've been gone for 2 weeks on a trip to Europe, and I did a very good important stop in London, which has a Bandai store, and I was able to pick up some OP05 packs to open. It's going to be further down the line in the queue because I have some videos done of pack openings, and I'm going to be doing that for a little while and see how it does and continue doing that, and maybe I do add some of that content to the videos here in the channel. But also, I don't expect this, since it's so late to the chapter review. It's a week late almost, pretty much. I'm just gonna take my time with the video, but I did get some cards while I was out, and I got lucky because the market for One Piece packs and cards is going insane. And this card, they didn't update the price yet. Oh, let me zoom it in. Oh gosh, hold up. Let me tap there you go. Look at that. And they had this for cheap, half the price, because it just jumped in price 2 times. The whole manga market is going insane. And I saw this while I was out there before it pumped, or after it pumped actually, and they didn't update the price. Lucky pickup on this for half the price. OP01. I got this diamond Luffy card. You know, it says silver, but we want to say it's diamond. This diamond, in person, this card is actually nuts how nice it looks. And the last one, I ordered this on eBay forever ago, and I got this because a little hack, guys, is getting a BGS 9.5. You basically get a PSA 10 quality card for the price of a raw, but that was over a month ago. That is not the case anymore. BGS 9.5s are going for over raw price, but I wish I did this sooner. This card is insane in person. I'm so glad, you know, Zoro, typical Zoro fanboy, right? I needed to get Zoro. There's a Sanji one that just came out for the PRB, and that's going to be interesting. Sorry, guys, I kind of hijacked the beginning. We're going to go into the chapter review now. But I'm going to be talking about, some videos are going to be talking about card packs. Some videos are going to be talking about boxes. I have some boxes, sealed boxes. I'm going to open some packs. I am a sucker for opening these packs because unlike Pokemon, you can actually get some packs, the most recent packs, at least for MSRP. Now, unfortunately, as soon as they stop printing One Piece packs, they start going up in price. Except the Zoro manga one, which hasn't gone up in price for some reason, but I think that's going to soon change with the manga prices and manga cards going up. But that's it for One Piece card talk. Sorry, guys. Let's go ahead into the chapter review 1161, called The Song of Love Bound Under a Hail of Arrows. And we get a great chapter. It's just very simple, transitioning through the story on what happened on God Valley. We get one little panel of Zebek, and he is stocks. You know, the Zebek stocks are just going up, and he's just calling for Eris, his wife, and Teach. Just saying, where are you? That's his main priority. Screw everything else. Need to save my lineage. Need to save them. Of course, you have Garp, you have Roger, and most of its stocks are soaring for this man. Dragon stocks. And this is why some people are saying, what was it? Oh my God, the dragon conspiracy theories, or dragon theories, are starting to spark up now on why he didn't actually end up doing anything with Luffy, why he actually gave up a Luffy to Garp, because it actually gets foreshadowed way earlier. This is why he gave up Luffy, because he didn't want to have any risk in part for Luffy. He didn't want to, what was it? He saw what happened to he saw what happened to Zebek, and he said, I won't let that happen to me. And that's the line saying a kid is a parent's weakness. They use Teach to basically get the upper hand on Zebek. It's lighting up perfectly. Anyway, Dragon is saving the kids, Garling's kids basically, I guess, Shamrock and Shanks. and he gets blasted by Maffy. We don't know what the heck that laser beam is, but of course this thing looks like a mythical fruit. Like it looks like she has a mythical fruit. We don't know what it is. And he is a member of the D family, but he is not. And when he's accepting his demise, his death pretty much, because he's gonna die if nobody interrupted, he wasn't smiling. He's not fulfilled. He doesn't feel. I don't know. That's the theory, right? He doesn't feel like he. It doesn't feel like he's fulfilled in life and his accomplishments, and he's not going to die with a smile on his face. And he gets saved. But he gets saved in the most nonchalant way by Whitebeard. He's cutting down a whole forest and cuts down Maffy as a as the prime target actually. And Linlin, like they're towering. Linlin and Whitebeard are towering over Dragon. It's so funny actually how huge they are and how nonchalant Whitebeard is with his strength and his swinging. He almost killed. Yeah, Linlin even confirms, "Hey, that blow would have killed me." And what's it called? Shiki also says that you trying to kill me with that blow. That thing was strong. So it kind of confirms. I mean, I think we all can assume that Whitebeard is the second strongest in the crew. He is the second, I would assume, in command. So that's kind of the hierarchy. And Linlin, I don't know actually. Shiki's very strong supposedly. I don't know if Shiki would be third. I don't know if Shiki would be fourth. I don't know. Or like Shiki or Linlin would be third or fourth. Who's there? Anyway, not important. Kaido's catching up because they're all there. The Maffy's saying, "What's going on? These people are monsters." And we get a little parallel, a little, I don't know if it is, but it just, a lot of people compare it to the instance where Goku is dropped on his head and he loses all instincts of being evil. And Shanks gets dropped on his head here, and it kind of gave me the reminiscence of Goku being dropped on his head. Did it have an effect on Shanks? I don't think so. But it's a nice little callback and a nice little nod, to Dragon Ball. And we have, I think we would say, right, Prime Garp, right? I think this is the Prime Garp age. This is Prime Garp looking at the future Yonkos of the sea. Goes in solo on all three of them and smashes the ground. And of course, the slander that we have seen to Whitebeard is insane. Oh my god, he never runs from a fight. He doesn't have a scratch on his back. All this slander and blasphemy is so funny. But we get the direct dialogue that it's Garp, run or we'll be stuck here forever. And yes, you want to save Shaki as fast as possible. You want to do your mission as fast as possible. And we even see Whitebeard clashing with Roger in the future, in the future panels. So they're no stranger to clashing with Garp, I would assume. They just know that this fight, whatever we got to do here, is going to take so long with Garp. We got to just keep moving. So they just ignore Garp here in this case and just run away. It makes complete sense, but the cherry on top is Big Mom unleashing, I think, her strongest attack. Fire Blitz, Heavenly Fire Blitz, and we see the most demonic image of Garp in the flames, unfazed, walking straight at Linlin, and she is just freaking out, sweating. I'm out of here. We don't know what happens after, but that is you leave. You point blanked Garp and he walked it off. No. I'm out of there. That is not something I'm handling. But yeah, Dragon is trying to find somebody to help. He's trying to leave. We get a map view of where Roger and Zebek is, so their forces are going to clash in the center where the treasure is. We get a full panel of all the Zebek pirates, the Rocks pirates, and we have a little image of people saying this is Kid's father. Don't think so, but it looks like it is Kid's devil fruit in the hands of this person with the metal arm. I forgot their name. Not that important right now. And we get to the final panels. Actually, I'm talking pretty fast through this chapter, which is good. I didn't want to prolong it so much. And we have Sommers meeting Shaggy, and he despises Shaggy because it is a person who knows their worth and stands up to Sommers or people like Sommers, and he can't stand it. So we just get a little nod that this dude is awful and we want everything bad to happen to him. He slaps Shaggy. She tries to hit him back, and I would assume that she's on C prism handcuffs. Not that it affects somebody that doesn't have a devil fruit. So in reality, she's not really that strong, I think, because she causes him to be in pain. He even says, ouch, like he's even in pain. So I don't think, I'm sure he has the regenerative abilities because he's a holy knight, but he says, that hurt. Youch, like, so I don't know if he has those Logia type healing abilities, or she's armament hawking, or conquerors hawking herself here enough to hurt Sommers, because remember, Gunko took a full blast by Usopp and didn't even flinch. Took her whole upper body out. And here, Sommers is flinching and saying that's hurting. I got my cat here. And then he retaliates and hurts Shaggy and saying, how much of a pity it would be if the one thing everybody came to rescue was suddenly killed. just adding it on top that this person is the worst. But also reminds me, why did Sommers freak out when Gabon charged them and even yelled out his name on a first name basis, when in reality I would have thought he would have called out Rayleigh on a first name basis, saying, freaking out because what he does to Sommers is basically one shot him, as far as I can tell, until we see the next chapter. But we have Roger and Whitebeard clashing, little clash, and Roger saying, I have my hands full, you gotta go ahead and save Shaggy. And we know who he's talking to. It's Dark King Rayleigh coming in to save Shaggy on the nick of time, and one-shots my dude over here, Sommers. And of course, a little cheesy ending saying, I'm here to save you, I'm here for you. And how sweet it is how Shaggy breaks down, she's finally rescued. And Roger and Gabon just crying like, that's it. We know the answer. You know, there's there's no point. It's a done deal. But then you have Roger saying, all right, grab the treasure, it's time to get out. So hopefully we have a chapter next. Now we're going to have a chapter next week on what's going to happen. Is Beck the one? What happens? Well, I would assume now they're leveraging Zebek's family, wife and kid. Maybe the wife's dead, but the last thing remaining is Teach, his kid. And he has to save him, and he has to go ballistic, and he has to do what he needs to do to save him. And what is it that causes Zebek to turn into something that Roger and Garp have to team up into to defeat him? It just blows my mind thinking about it. My little cat. So, great chapter, great transitions. I'm thinking, what else? Dragon still needs to put Shanks in a treasure chest, and we assume that's where he gets his devil fruit. Whatever the devil fruit is, I hope we get a confirmation of what it is soon. Whatever he picks up and gets to use, and probably use to even escape the island, to be honest. Because that's kind of what Kaido did, I think, to escape the island as well with Big Mom. Because Big Mom did end up giving him the mythical dragon fruit that she had found. Sorry. So, great chapter overall. I'm thinking anything else to talk about. Other than that, I do want to make shorts that are opening some packs. Other than that, great chapter, guys. If you have any recommendations, any theories, stuff to talk about, please let me know. Anything to improve on, of course, always welcome. And I think that's it for me, guys. Please leave me a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you for the next one.